Jael and the tent peg, when courage doesn't look like a sword. The battlefield was soaked in defeat, for the army of Sisera, the Canaanite general who had tormented Israel for 20 years, had crumbled beneath a miraculous storm and the sword of a prophetess named Deborah and her warrior Barak. But Sisera escaped. While his army lay scattered and broken, Sisera, the mighty commander feared by thousands, ran. Through dust and silence, alone, exhausted, hunted, and then he saw it, a single tent, pitched apart from the others. This was the home of Jael, the wife of Heber the Kenite. The Kenites had made peace with King Jabin, Sisera's master, and so Sisera assumed this tent was a safe place. And out came Jael. She stepped out calmly, saw the desperate man before her, and in a voice both kind and composed, she said, "Come, my lord, come right in. Don't be afraid." And so he did. He entered her tent. Jael covered him with a blanket. She gave him milk to drink when he asked for water. She watched him collapse, exhausted, and then he slept. While he slept, Jael moved silently, with what she had, a tent peg and a hammer. And in one bold, shocking act of courage, she drove the tent peg through his temple, and he died. The mighty Sisera, commander of 900 iron chariots, was defeated. What do we do with a story like this? Because in a world where strength was measured by swords and chariots, God used a woman with household tools to rewrite the ending. This is not just a story about violence. It's a story about bold obedience, about how God can use anyone, in any place, with whatever's in their hands. So what does this mean for you and me today? Because let's be honest, most of us aren't on ancient battlefields, but we do face modern enemies: fear, abuse, injustice, temptation, toxic systems, and lies that tell us we're too small, too quiet, too insignificant to make a difference. And maybe like Jael, we're not the ones people expect, because God doesn't always call the powerful. He empowers the available. Let me ask you something. What's in your hand today? What have you counted as ordinary, but God sees as a weapon in the right moment? Your words, your silence, your art, your compassion, your truth. You don't need armor to be dangerous to the enemy. Sometimes all it takes is the courage to act when it matters most. But before God subdued a king, he empowered a woman in a tent. So when your moment comes, when you're standing face to face with something bigger than you, remember Jael. You are not just anything. You are exactly who God can use. And what you have in your hand, whether a sword or a hammer, might be the very thing he uses to set someone free.